Yo, what is up? We are back, and Frontlines is gonna be on in a couple of days. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you my journey on how I make general of the army and be efficient and be effective and earn a bunch of credits while doing so. Now, this was in episode 3. This was season 3, I guess, of Frontlines. So let's start this video now. If you are here for the first time, please consider subscribing and giving this video a like if you like it. This is the best way you can help out my channel and support me, and let me thank you in advance. Now, like I was saying, this is from episode 3, which was like a couple of weeks ago, and if you've seen all my past videos on how to make a general, they were all about time management and how you want to rank up and make a general as quickly as possible. Typically, you want to do it within that 15 and 20 minute window because the games are getting shorter, people are getting better at this game, and the game typically ends at around the 23-minute mark. That is my average anyway. So our target is always to try to rank up to general before the 23rd minute. That's the average, right? So but in my last 2 videos, I've been experimenting with a new strategy that I've developed, copying some of the best Russian streamers that love to play the frontline mode as well and make a fortune while doing so. So I was copying their strats, trying to learn something from them, how they do it, and this is what I came up with. Basically, in my new strategy, I have exchanged my what do you call that equipment. Instead of running the engineering what do you call it, device? It's not device, engineering, whatever you call it. Besides, instead of running the engineering and the inspire, I have exchanged the engineering for spotter planes, and I'm going to employ spotter planes to try and bring up my assisted damage values. So when you get your assisted damage as high as possible, you're gonna earn some credit multipliers from assisted damage, from spotting basically. But I'm gonna explain to you how spotting works and how assisted damage works and how it relates to your credit bonuses and credit multipliers in the frontline mode anyway. You saw me there defending on Charlie and basically got myself killed, but I did get YOLO'd by some noobs. They lost all their HP, they lost their lives doing so. I got a fair trade, 1700 damage and over nearly 1000 spotting damage for losing one tank, so that's not too bad. But I'm down to my second tank in the early part of the game, so I've got to survive in my Progetto for at least another 1.5 minutes before my next tank survives. Oh my god, this guy is going to be catching me out in the open. Thankfully I got one shot, a surprise shot on him, and the second shot that killed him off. Otherwise that guy would have possibly killed me off and let me sit in the garage for 1 minute waiting for my next respawn. But very thankful there to kill him off. I'm up to 2000 damage and 1000 assisted damage right now. I'm going to show you how the spotter plane works and how I'm going to use it to my advantage. But right now I see this guy overextending himself, so let us just finish him off and see if I can get away without taking any damage. Hopefully no one tries to YOLO me at this point because I am very vulnerable. Just try and get away here if I can. Now, like I was explaining to you, how assisted damage works. Assisted damage, when you use your tank, whether light tank or medium tank or heavy tank, if you spot the enemy by yourself and your team does a bunch of damage on them, you earn a lot of There you go, that's my first spotting plane. You earn assisted damage, and you will earn credit multipliers for that assisted damage. Now the way the spotting plane works is kind of different, because when you deploy spotting plane works, they don't earn the kind of credit multipliers that you would earn if you spotted the enemy by yourself. Maybe when you spot the enemies by yourself, you earn the same credit multipliers as you would if you did the damage by yourself. Does that make any sense to you? So if you spot with your own spotting capabilities with your tank, if you spot the enemy with your tank and someone else does the damage, you will earn the same kind of credit multipliers as you would if you shot the enemy yourself. So what I'm trying to say is, if when you spot the enemies by yourself, you will earn just as much, you will earn the same amount of credits as you would if you shot them yourself. But in terms of spotter planes, I don't think you earn the same kind of multipliers. Maybe you earn half as much as you would if you shot the enemies by yourself. So that's not to say you do not earn any credit multipliers, which is back to my point. When you are playing this strategy, when you are giving up your engineering for spotter planes, that's not to say you are earning less, or you might be earning less potentially, but because those spotter planes can potentially earn you a lot of spotting, and I mean, in some games you can earn 8,000 spotting, 10,000 spotting just from those combination of your spotting and those spotter planes. You can earn a total of like 10,000 spotting damage. So you kind of like, it's a bit of a trade-off. You trade off your engineering, but you use spotter planes in the hopes of earning more spotting damage, residual damage, assisted damage than your engineering could ever give you. So that is the strategy here, and that's what I want you guys to understand before you want to attempt this for yourself. Engineering is a superb skill to have, or I can't remember what's it called. Oh my god, I'm going to research it and insert it in the video when I'm doing the final cut anyway. But basically, when you give up your engineering, or when if you have engineering is really good because it saves you time on your repair cooldown. When your repair stations cool down, they will cool down a lot quicker. Or when the enemy is capping, for instance, right now the enemy is capping and you sit inside the cap, you are not only denying them the cap, you are also earning those cap points that you are denying them from. Now this is my second plane. In my first aeroplane, or my spotter plane deployment, I earned just over 1,300 spotting points. This is my second run of the planes. I guess I'm earning a little bit of the spotting as well. I'm not too sure, but basically in this game I did not earn a lot of spotting damage from those planes, because I think I did maybe 4,000 spotting damage total, which is, to be honest with you, fairly poor. Now if you look at my my garage, I only have 5 tanks readied up. This is one of the things I want to explain to you guys. There is a bug, or I don't know if it's a bug or if I misclicked, but there are a lot of times when I select the tank, but I spawn in with a different tank. So either there's a bug, or the game is not registering my clicks. Sometimes I pick the tank and I spawn in with a different tank. Sometimes I pick the spawn positions and I spawn into a completely different position from what I picked. And I believe either there's a bug or there is a misclick or the game is not registering the clicks the choices that I'm making. So I don't know what is wrong with it, but I felt that if I demounted all my crew and just use the tanks that I want to play in this game mode, so those 5 tanks are the tanks that I'm gonna use in this game mode. I readied that up, and everything else I demounted the crew and put them in the barracks, so those tanks are not ready up. So even if there is a bug or something goes wrong or I misclick, at least I am in one of those 5 tanks. I know that I'm gonna like those tanks, that I'm gonna need those tanks in this game mode. I'm definitely gonna play these 5 tanks, and you can see all of them are medium and light tanks. I think in the next iteration or in episode 4, I am gonna add 1 heavy tank into this mix, probably the Kainavon Action X. And that is because I will explain this to you in this video, why I'm going to pick 1 more heavy tank in my 5 tank lineup. I'm going to make it 6 tanks. That is because I've learned that while experimenting in this game mode, where I'm trying to not just wanting to make a general, I also want to earn a lot of credits. I noticed that I need a combination of not just doing damage, but I still need to get into the cap circle if I was in the attacking position. So if I was not defending, if I was attacking, I would still need to participate in the actively capturing, getting into the A, B, C, D, E, F cap circle to earn capture points and rank up that way. Because just by doing damage and looking for damage and spotting, I found that it wasn't quick enough, it wasn't ranking me up to general fast enough, and that is the main issue that I have with this strategy, trying to get as much damage as possible, trying to get as much spotting assistant damage as possible. The thing that's the downside of this strategy is it's taking me a little bit longer to rank up to general. In the past, when I can rank up general easily inside 20 minutes, right now I am hovering around the 20, 21, 22 minutes to rank up to general. I'm ranking up a lot slower. That is because in this strategy I'm trying to avoid the cap circle. I'm not, when I'm attacking, I am not getting into the cap circle at all. I'm not participating in the capture, which means I am not ranking up fast enough. I'm not participating in the cap. So I've changed that strategy a little bit. If I am attacking, I want to get into the cap circle and participate in the cap. When I'm defending, I don't know if I am still earning as much capture points when I am shooting people in the cap circle, because I don't have that engineering skill. I am not actually 100% certain, without that engineering skill, am I earning as much when I shoot people inside the cap circle, when I'm denying the attacking team from capping by doing damage on them. I don't know if I'm earning as much experience as I would if I had the engineering skill. So I'm not too sure about that. Like I said, I am still in the learning process of trying to figure out how to basically how to game this system to my maximum benefit. Another thing that I have learned the hard way is when you are platooning in Frontlines, obviously you are platooning to earn the extra 15% credit bonus, but you see me here platoon with just another guy, one guy. So instead of earning 15% credit bonus, I am only earning 10% credit bonus. So basically, for every guy you platoon with, you are earning 5% credit bonus. So if you are in Frontlines, you want to platoon in a 3-man platoon. So with a 3-man platoon, you are going to earn 15% credit bonus. With a 2-man platoon, you are only going to earn 10% credit bonus, and this will be reflected in the scores. You're going to be able to see this in the results later on. You'll be able to see that I only actually earn a 10% credit bonus, and that is a no bueno. 5% of extra 5% of 500,000 credits is something like 25,000 extra credits, so it's a lot. So you want to make sure you get into a full platoon before you try to make this exploit, well, this exploit or this hack or whatever you want to call it. But you're trying to be as efficient as possible, you're trying to be as effective as possible. Frontline modes only is, you know, it's the last week. You're gonna get 7 more days of frontlines. Use your 50% credit bonuses. If you did not buy a bunch of them during the Berlin missions, you could have bought like a bunch of credit bonuses, 1-hour credit bonuses from Berlin missions by spending a bit of gold. It's going to be very useful. 50% is a lot of credit bonus, and it is especially useful when you use it for front lines. And then coupled with your, if you're in a clan, you have 30% credit bonuses. It's going to come up, it's going to add up, it's going to help you make a lot of credits. Now this position in between the Delta and Echo position, this is a great position to be in if you are defending, but of course you need to remember that enemies have artillery, they have airstrikes. When you're taking up this position, up this hill, you want to be making sure that you are continuously moving, using your mobility, not to stay in the same position all the time. Unfortunately, I did not have enough support from my teammates here, so therefore I did not survive very long. But usually you can survive very long here if you have some guys defending in the back line from the base, from the gun turrets. You can have a lot of support, you can survive for very long there, and you can do a lot of spotting from that position. But I am ranked up to Major. Unfortunately, it's already 16 minutes. In my previous techniques where I am using, or in my previous strategies where I am ranking up quickly, this is about the time when you want to be ranked up to General already, because the game is about to end. I'm only halfway up to Major, and I took a big risk spawning into that same position. I knew there was a lot of enemies there. I was gonna spawn right in the middle of the firefight. Unfortunately, the gun took some time to reload because this is the Progetto. It takes a while to load up all 3 shells, and I took more than half my HP of damage there, and because of that it slowed me down in my ranking, and this was my last tank. If I died in this tank, it's gonna take me 1-2 minutes before I get into another tank. So I want to try and survive for as long as I can. At the same time, I do want to do damage and rank up to General, because as you can see, the enemy has already killed off turret number 5. They've already completed 1 objective. They've got 2 more objectives, and I am not yet General, so I want to hurry up and get into General as quickly as possible. So I have 3 shells in my clip, so I want to see if I can spot anyone and see if I can clip out someone, get a bit of damage, inch up, and get into General as quickly as possible before this game ends. Unfortunately, I am spotted by the Burrasque. I am spotted by this Pershing, and I'm trying to avoid him if I can, but unfortunately he caught me. I still have 6 kills. I'm still stuck in the Major rank. I'm just gonna fast forward this because I am stuck in the garage for 1 minute while my next respawn is ready. So let's just fast forward this. I am already about 21 minutes into this game. I am still not yet General. Like I said, I am still learning how to be as efficient and as effective as possible. I'm finally spawned in, and I'm in a light tank. Hopefully I can get a little bit of spotting. 2 objectives have already been destroyed. I need to get in. As you can see, I'm major. I need 2 or 3 more shots right now to rank into general. I am just gonna YOLO, risk it for the biscuit, see if I can spot anyone, see if I can kill someone here. It's gonna be worth it, even though I take a little bit of damage. I'm gonna shoot some guys and get myself ranked into general. I finally done it. Unfortunately, I got myself killed there, or I got myself on fire. Hopefully I can escape, run away. Maybe I can get into a repair station and get my HP topped up again. I don't want to get killed right now, because if I did get myself killed, I would have to sit in the garage for nearly 4 minutes before my next tank will arrive. Now thankfully I'm already general, so I am home free. I am going to why do I want rank general? Because whatever damage you do, whatever spotting you did, it's not going to mean much if you are not ranked general. If you are only ranked captain or ranked major, this means the amount of damage that you do, the amount of assisted damage that you do, you only gonna get the captain or major credit multipliers, if that makes sense to you. You want to rank general so that you get the general rank credit multipliers, which are definitely significantly more than a captain or a major if you were ranked major or captain. So you always want to be ranking up to general to earn those credit multipliers that you truly deserve. And not only did I get general, I managed to get general of the army, also the supreme gun, because more than 10,000 combined damage. Unfortunately, my spotting damage only 4,500 there, but like I said, if you are only platoon in one guy, you only get 10% bonus, which is reflected in that 31,000 credits that I earned from the platoons. And my total credit earnings 589,000 after minusing all my shells, 526,000 credits clean for this game, which is not too bad. I was hoping to get into the 600,000 average, but that's the way it is. Hope I do better in season 4. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.